All right. So we start over. As I mentioned, hopefully in Form 5 we can continue with Chapter 16. Form 4, Basic Algebra. We start with things of Chapter 1. So it starts easy and then we progress. It will become difficult. So when we reach Form 5 to Chapter 14, 15, you know what you're doing. Form 4 is the foundation of everything else. So if you're stumbling on 4, you will stumble on everything else. All right, let's get into it. For basic algebra. We know multiplication. 3 multiplied by 3. I do not want the answer. I want the answer giving an exponent. And what is an exponent? To the power of something. This becomes 3 to the power of 2. And in turn, that becomes 9. So if I say A multiplied by A, you know in advance, oh, that is A to the power of 2, or A squared, correct. We are not focusing on the answer. Why not? Because as you notice, all you get is letters. X multiplied by Y multiplied by Z, P squared, and square root of Z. So the answer is irrelevant when doing algebra. Now what happens when you add them together? 3A multiplied by 3A. Numbers get multiplied with numbers, and letters get multiplied with letters. So what do you get? 3 squared multiplied by A squared. That's what you get. Numbers get multiplied by numbers, variables with variables. And in turn, that becomes 9A squared. Simple. But what if it changes? For B multiplied by 7A. Numbers get multiplied with numbers. So you have 4 times 7 multiplied by B, or A times B. And A multiplied by B is AB. What do you get? 28 AB. Now look at it in the mathematical sense. A multiplied by B. Do as if it was a number. Do as if. A multiplied by B. That's how you should look at it. So I have 2 numbers and they're being multiplied with each other. 2 numbers that are not the same. A is not the same as B. That's why it has a different letter, because it's completely different. All right. So let us make the following exercises. Let's take to black. No, let's keep it at B. We'll get there. Something like this should take you not more than 2 minutes. Something like this. Remember, we're not focused on the answer. Oh, the answer is that. What are you doing in order to get to the answer? As you notice, chapter 15, 16, you don't have A or B. You have X, Y, Z, P to the power of 7 and so forth. Yes, we are finished. For A multiplied by 5B, what is written? It's written 4 multiplied by a number, multiplied by 5, multiplied by another number. So when dealing with multiplication, you just multiply everything. Everything that's there, you just multiply everything with everything. And in this particular case, you multiply the numbers with each other. So 4 times 5 multiplied by A times B. And your answer then becomes 20AB. Yes? Whatever is written 4 times A times B is the same thing as 20AB. It's the same thing. Yes? Equal side means whatever is here is also there. It's in balance. The same thing is written. 4A squared times A. What is written? 4 times A squared times 2 times A. All right. What do we have to do? Multiply everything with each other. All right. How do I do that? 4 times 2 times A squared times A. 4 times 2 is 8. A squared multiplied by A is A to the power 3. Correct. You add the powers together. Times A times A times A? Yeah, you can do that. But of course, this is practice. In an actual test, you write this. This is me explaining what is happening. But in the actual test, you just do that. These 3 questions in the actual test is 30 seconds, not more. Three times B times 5. All right. So I have 3 times 5 times B. So what is my answer? 15B. Done. That's it. Easy. Nothing too difficult. I might have skipped a part on this one. What do I mean? When you have variables multiplied with each other, A times A times A times A. The question is, how many A's do you have? You have a total of 4. So what do? You count all the exponents together, and that becomes a to the 4. To give an example, substitute a with the number 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Supposedly, my answer should be 3 to the power of 4. Supposedly. The question is it correct? If you multiply 3 with 3, that is 9. If you multiply 3 with 3 is 9. 9 with 9 equals 81. What is written here? 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 to the power of 4 is the same as 81. So a multiplied by itself 4 times is a to the power of 4. To understand this better, when you have variables, which are letters, try substituting it with numbers. All letters that are the same, you give the same number. What's next? Addition. 2a plus 3a. I went to Centrum, I bought 2 apples, and then I went to Mangusa and I bought 3 apples. The question is, how many apples do I have? Simple. 5 apples. That's what I have. Now, you have 2b plus 2a. You bought 2 bananas and 2 apples. How many fruit do you have? Name the fruits that you have. I have 2 bananas and I have 2 apples. You cannot join them together. What is written here? 2 multiplied by a number, and you add 2 multiplied, it's 3. Multiplied by another number. So it's not 5ab. Next up, there things become difficult. If you have a to the power of 5 divided by a to the power of 3, correct. So, if multiplication, you add the exponents, that means division, you subtract the exponents. Yes. This division sign, you can write it differently. You can write a to the power of 5 divided by a to the power of 3. You can do that. The same thing is written. So what do you get? A to the power of 5, subtract the power of 3, and your answer is a squared. Not something that's new. So, I missed something? Wonder, should you make all of them? 1 to 7. Looks tempting. 1 1 to 7 is very tempting. Simplify. I saw that problem as well. What is simplify? Lots of people keep using solve. Solve means 2x equals 4. What is x? That is solve. Simplify is to make shorter, as short as possible. Simplify. So if you have 3x multiplied by 5x, you simplify, you make shorter, and this answer becomes 15x squared. That is simplify. You made it shorter, as short as possible. That's it. Yes. And to write smaller, then I can take the entire chapter. Yes, simplify, to make smaller. Do not forget that keyword. As we go on, we will get more of these keywords: simplify, calculate, and so forth. So, let's do. This is Friday, and we love homework on Fridays. I shall include chapter 1 and chapter 4. So, page 98. '98. 1 to 7, the first and the last. So 1A and F. Sorry, A and L. One to 7, the first and the last. So 1A and 1L. 2A, 2L. 3A, 3H. The first and the last. The first and the last. First and last. The first one is the easiest one, and the last one is the most difficult one. Three A, 3H. Sorry? For B, the first and the last. 1A and 1L. 5A and 5I. The first 1 to 7. The first plus the last. The first and the last. The first and the last. The first and the last. So the first one is A, and on the next column it's L. 7 is A and E. Yes? 7 is A and E. When do we have class again? Monday? Let me check. Sunday. Sunday, 6 p.m. because I sleep early. Sunday, 6 p.m. I sleep early. 6 p.m. Yes.
I see it. I'm going to